Hey everyone, welcome back to Mindful English. I'm Sarah and I'm sitting here with Liam.
Hey everyone, good to be here.
Liam, today we are going to get very specific.
Specific is good. What are we zooming in on?
We are zooming in on that first hour of the day, the morning routine. But specifically, we are going to look at the phrasal verbs we use to describe it.
Phrasal verbs, the tiny engines of English. They are everywhere in morning conversations. Wake up, get up, head out.
Exactly. And here's why this matters. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to describe your entire morning routine using natural, conversational English. Instead of saying, I make breakfast, you'll say, I whip up breakfast. Instead of, I wash my face, you'll say, I freshen up. These are the phrases that make you sound fluent, not textbook.
Because phrasal verbs are how native speakers actually talk. And when you master the morning ones, you can talk about your day with precision and personality.
So we're walking through a full morning, from the moment your alarm goes off to the moment you head out the door. Let's get started.
Let's start at the very beginning, the moment the silence breaks.
Okay, so 6:30 a.m. My alarm goes off.
Goes off. That's our first one. It's funny because go off usually means to leave, but for an alarm, it means to start making noise. My alarm went off at 6 o'clock, but I ignored it.
Right, and when it goes off, I have a choice. Do I get up immediately, or do I try to sleep in?
Sleep in. That's the dream. It means sleeping later than usual. I love to sleep in on Saturdays. But on a workday, you can't really sleep in, so you have to wake up.
But there is a difference between waking up, opening your eyes, and actually getting up, leaving the bed.
Huge difference. I often wake up at 7 o'clock, but I don't get up until 7:15. I just lie there, gathering courage.
And when you finally do move, you roll out of bed.
Roll out. It implies it's difficult. You aren't jumping, you are slowly moving your body sideways until gravity helps you. I could barely roll out of bed this morning. It was so cold.
Once I'm out of bed, the first thing I do is turn off the alarm. And then, this is a bad habit, I reach for my phone.
Reach for. To stretch your arm to get something. And once you have the phone, do you scroll through social media?
Unfortunately, yes. I scroll through the news. I know it's bad mindfulness, but I do it. I wasted 20 minutes scrolling through Instagram.
We all do. But let's say we want to be better. Instead of scrolling, maybe you turn on some lights to wake up your eyes.
Or put on some music. Put on is used for clothing, but also for music or a kettle.
Speaking of kettles, let's go to the kitchen. This is my favorite part. I head down to the kitchen.
Head down, meaning to go downstairs. And you probably heat up some water?
Yes, I heat up water for coffee. Can you heat up the leftovers? It's a very common phrase.
And if I'm feeling hungry, I might whip up a quick breakfast.
Whip up. I love that one. It means to cook something very quickly and easily. I'll just whip up some eggs. It sounds casual and confident.
And then, the best part. I sit down with my coffee.
Sit down. Simple, but essential. It's the moment of pause. Do you write down anything? Like a to-do list?
Sometimes. I like to write down my 3 main goals for the day. It helps me focus.
After the coffee is gone, or when I've filled up on caffeine, it's time to get ready.
Filled up. That means you've had enough. You're satisfied. I filled up on bread at dinner, so I'm not hungry now.
So you go back upstairs to freshen up.
Freshen up. That covers everything. Brushing teeth, washing face, maybe a shower. It's a polite way to say, clean my body.
And then the closet. Do you pick out your clothes the night before?
Never. I pick out my clothes in the moment. I need to pick out an outfit for the wedding. And usually, I just throw on the first thing I see.
Throw on. It means to dress quickly and casually. You aren't dressing up, wearing formal clothes. You are just throwing on jeans and a t-shirt.
And then the clock is ticking. You realize you are running late.
Running late. Not a phrasal verb, but essential. Sorry, I'm running late. I'll be there in 10 minutes. You have to pack up your bag.
Pack up. Putting your laptop, keys, and wallet into the bag. Don't forget to pack up your charger.
And before you leave, do you check the weather or look up directions?
Look up. To search for information. I need to look up the address. And yes, I always check the weather before I head out.
And finally, you open the door and
Head out.
head out, to leave the house. What time do you usually head out for work? Or, if you are really late, you might rush off.
Rush off, meaning to leave in a hurry. I have to rush off to a meeting. Can we talk later?
We just did it. From the alarm going off to heading out the door, we covered the whole morning routine.
It really shows how physical English is. Roll out, sit down, pick out, head out. It's all about movement and action.
And these aren't just vocabulary words. They're how people actually describe their mornings. If you can use these naturally, you'll sound like you've been speaking English your whole life.
Let's take a breath and review the most useful ones. Because you don't need to memorize everything, but there are a few that are absolute gold for daily conversation. We moved through that routine quickly. Let's try putting all 20 phrasal verbs together into one continuous story. Liam, can you narrate your entire morning routine straight through, from the moment you wake up to the moment you leave? No interruptions.
I can definitely do that. Here we go. When my alarm goes off at 6:30, I always want to sleep in. I wake up, but I don't get up immediately. Instead, I turn off the alarm, reach for my phone, and scroll through the news for a few minutes. Eventually, I roll out of bed. I turn on the lights and put on some quiet music. Then, I head down to the kitchen, where I heat up some water for coffee and whip up a quick breakfast. I sit down at the table and write down my 3 main goals for the day. Once I finish eating, I go back upstairs to freshen up in the bathroom. I quickly pick out my clothes for the day and just throw them on. Finally, I pack up my laptop bag and head out the door to start my day.
That was perfect. You just naturally wove 20 different phrasal verbs into one realistic morning routine, from start to finish.
It really shows how much we rely on these phrases just to describe one single hour of our lives.
Exactly. For everyone listening, try reading Liam's story out loud today. It's the perfect way to get the rhythm of these 20 phrases into your muscle memory. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this list helps you narrate your morning with a bit more precision and personality.
It's the little details that make you sound fluent. These phrasal verbs are those details.
So here's your challenge for tomorrow morning. As you go through your routine, try to narrate it in your head using these phrasal verbs. My alarm is going off. Time to roll out of bed. I'm going to whip up some breakfast.
And then come back and tell us in the comments. Do you whip up breakfast or do you just grab coffee and rush off?
We genuinely want to know. What does your morning look like? Are you someone who sleeps in on weekends? Do you scroll through your phone before you get up?
And if this episode gave you the exact phrases to describe what you do every single morning, if it made you realize you've been using these phrasal verbs without even knowing their names, share it with a friend who's learning English.
Because these aren't advanced vocabulary. They're everyday English. And that's what makes them so valuable.
Try to use one of these tomorrow morning. As you are leaving, say to yourself, okay, time to head out.
The more you use them, the more automatic they become. And before you know it, you'll be describing your entire day in natural, fluent English.
Have a great start to your day, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Right on schedule. All aboard. Off you go.